Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Please remain standing for the singing of O Canada. Rakal Kadilla will sing our national anthem. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to welcome you to the 106th Convocation of the University of Waterloo. The Chancellor of the University is Mr. Pramwatsa. He is the ceremonial head of the university, and he sends his sincere regrets that he couldn't be with us this afternoon. However, he asked me to pass his deep congratulations and best wishes to everybody who is graduating today. And as President and Vice Chancellor of the university, I will fulfill the Chancellor's responsibilities today in addition to my own. Here at the University of Waterloo, each convocation is a celebration of achievements of our graduates, and this afternoon we celebrate with those graduates in the Faculty of Environment. On behalf of the Board of Governors and the Senate of the University, let me express our congratulations and best wishes to all who will graduate this afternoon. Please savor every moment of today's ceremony and the celebrations to follow with your family and friends. I offer a special welcome to those family members and guests with us today. Your presence is a sure sign of your devotion to these graduates. This afternoon, we will begin with the conferring of an honorary degree on an individual who has distinguished himself in the academy. We will then confer bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degrees. Finally, a medal will be awarded to a graduating student, and 2 faculty members will be recognized for distinguished service. The proceedings will take little less than 2 hours, and we ask you that you remain in your places until convocation is adjourned and the academic procession has left the convocation hall. As we begin, again, I offer you my congratulations. We've been waiting for you for a while, and you're here today. Let me invite Jeff Wall, Adjunct Professor, Department of Geography and Environmental Management, to the podium for the honorary degree citation.
Mr. Chancellor, I present Ian Burton. Professor Ian Burton is an authority on natural hazards. He was born in Derby, England, graduated from the universities of Birmingham and Chicago, and has been emeritus professor at the University of Toronto since 1999, where he was also professor of geography and planning and Director of the Institute for Environmental Studies. He is also Scientist Emeritus of Environment Canada and Fellow of the Royal Society of Canada. Ian showed that reduction of hazard losses requires a thorough understanding of how humans perceive and respond to uncertainty in their environment. This perspective has underpinned an illustrious career that has combined academic research and involvement in public environmental issues through activities with Environment Canada and numerous international agencies. Ian was one of the first academics to take the prospect of climate change seriously. Not content simply to teach, research, and write, Ian joined Environment Canada and played a leadership role in initiatives designed to bridge the gap between researchers and policymakers, particularly promoting the need to understand adaptation to climate change and its role in development and disaster reduction, an approach that has clear links to hazards research. His involvement in climate change issues are far too numerous to list here. He was a lead author in the last two assessments of the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, and he was responsible for introducing the idea of adaptation into the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. Mr. Chancellor, in recognition of his contribution to the understanding of natural hazards and resources management, his mentorship of young scholars in these fields, and his enduring quest to foster development that is in harmony with the environment through the integration of research and public policy, I request that you confer the degree of Doctor of Environmental Studies, honoris causa, on Ian Burton. I now invite Dr. Burton to address Convocation.
President and Vice-Chancellor, Dean, distinguished guests, parents, faculty and graduands, greetings and good afternoon. It is a great joy and a privilege for me to be honored in this way by the University of Waterloo and its Faculty of Environment. I appreciate more than I can say. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Or perhaps to the Dean I should say, merci mille fois. The growing stature and prestige of this university during my years of teaching at the University of Toronto has been and is most impressive, and has long made me an enthusiastic supporter and admirer. I have often wished that my own university could have moved to establish a Faculty of Environment in a similar way. After my years teaching at the University of Toronto, I moved to Environment Canada to form a research group on adaptation to climate change and extreme events. The existence of the Waterloo Faculty of Environment was one of the main reasons that it became possible to make an agreement with the Government of Canada to relocate a few adaptation experts to this campus to work together with faculty and students in this new and crucial research field. When I learned about this honorary degree, I asked a few friends what to say and what not to say. They said, be brief. Then they prescribed a long, long list of topics, offer congratulations all around, describe at length the multiple challenges the graduates will face as they move out into the world of employment and embark upon their careers. And then share your expertise and experience with wise words about the state of the planet and its people. And lastly, be brief. I will endeavour to follow some of that advice. So indeed, this is a celebration, and I congratulate your faculty and mentors for their wisdom and enthusiasm, and your loving parents for their support, and particularly, of course, you who are graduating today and deserve credit for seizing the opportunities to benefit from this university, and also coping with inevitable surprises along the way. A few weeks ago, I was at another graduation ceremony in which my youngest daughter received her bachelor's degree from King's College, associated with Dalhousie University in Halifax. The valedictorian told a story which I would like to repeat. When he was a small child, a mouse invaded his house in search of food, and his father took the opportunity to teach his son about harmony with nature and care for its creatures. He caught the mouse alive in a non-lethal trap and took the mouse and his son out into the forest to let the mouse run free and return to nature. The mouse ran happily a few yards down the forest path, and then suddenly a big bird of prey swooped down, seized the mouse, and flew off towards its nest. "You know," said the valedictorian, "going to this university has been something like that." You don't always learn what you expected to learn at the outset. So as you move out into the workaday world, and I know there are a lot of cooperative students here who have already done that in many ways, there will also be surprises, I hope not so gruesome. Given the rapidly evolving shape of the Canadian world economy and society, and moving into one steady lifetime career may be the exception rather than the rule. I urge you to grasp the circumstances and opportunities and respond in an adaptable way. Much of my professional life has been addressed to the concept of adaptation. Not so much doing it, perhaps, although I have tried, but to studying it. Many of today's tribulations could be reduced or better managed by good adaptation and by the avoidance of maladaptation. Take earthquakes and a wide family of other disasters, for example. We call them natural disasters, but this is misleading. The earthquake is natural, but the disaster is not. We like to say, first the earthquake, and then the disaster. And that is because people, and by people I mean families, communities, governments, and the private sector, have often allowed or even encouraged others to knowingly choose to live and work and build in dangerous and exposed places, and to do so without making good and sufficient use of modern science and technology, of building materials and standards and designs. Thus, as the world population grows, cities expand, disaster losses are growing at a fast rate. Much of these losses are attributable directly or indirectly to human choices and patterns of development. Disasters are not unique, one-of-a-kind events. They share a common underlying causes, which we must strive to better understand and to take corrective action. I really do not need to remind you of Oklahoma tornadoes, bushfires in Australia, floods in Eastern Europe and elsewhere, cyclones in Bangladesh, and of course closer to home, Hurricane Sandy and fires in Western Canada. As Canadians, we are lucky in this, as in many other ways, to live in a land which is relatively free of the most extreme of extreme events. And while we have not adapted to our environment or our economic circumstances perhaps as well as we might have done, we have been more successful and, let's admit, more fortunate than most other countries. This is not a cause for complacency. In a closely knit, integrated world economy with rapid communication of information and transfer of goods and finance, events in faraway places can and do have adverse effects here in Canada. and climate change will make the severity and frequency of events much greater in the decades to come. Our system of governance, environmental management, economic growth and development are in need of radical re-examination and reform. Nowhere is this more the case than at the global level, where the narrow short-term interests of individual nations and groups of nations and multinational corporations is undermining the collective good and threatening the safety, security, and prosperity in all countries. The social contracts that hold national societies together around shared values and shared wealth have to be written into a shared global contract. This is beginning in some ways, but much too slowly. It is a challenge that your generation has to address with your own personal needs and aspirations. I do not mean to imply that this is a responsibility which you alone will bear in the future. It needs attention now, from all generations, including mine and your parents and your professional colleagues. Nor can it be simply left to a handful of superpowers and larger economies. Canada and other countries of similar status and capacity can and should play a forceful and persuasive leadership role. So as you, today's graduates, pursue and develop your own careers in whatever initial way and niche you start, I hope that you will keep this broader picture in mind and help support and promote, in whatever ways you can, an imaginative and environmentally adaptive evolution of the common and shared worldwide systems. Thank you, Mr. Chancellor and the Waterloo community for the honor you have bestowed on me today.
Ian, congratulations, and thank you for reminding us about the importance of adaptation. And by the way, welcome to becoming one of Waterloo's distinguished alumni. Would members of the graduating class please rise? Mr. Vice-Chancellor, I present those scholars who have fulfilled the statutory requirements laid down by the Senate of the University that they may be admitted to their various and several degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me and in the University, I hereby admit you to your various and several degrees, with all the rights and privileges and responsibilities therefore appertain. Congratulations.
Graduates, please take your seats. And now I would like to invite Lucy Hinton to come forward and deliver the Valedictory address.
So we're here. Mr. Vice-Chancellor, members of Convocation, fellow graduates, ladies and gentlemen. So here we are. Gone are the days of mid-afternoon naps, midday bomber outings, midnight paper writing, and all-day coffee. We sit here today because those days are gone. No longer will we sit for long hours in the coffee shop, in the planning studio, in the beautiful EV3, or McCurdy Hall. We will not juggle getting kids out the door before running to class, or getting them to sleep before we finally finish that proposal. We will not vote in another election for KISS, SED, PSA, WAGS, WEBS, URSA, or ESS. We will not be called colleague by Mark Seasons. We will not be attacked by geese, see a certain big banana, or find the most convoluted route possible to our next class in an attempt to shelter from the snow. While today is a day that we look back nostalgically, it's also a day when we celebrate our achievements. Our successful completion of this bachelor degree, master's, or PhD. Our successes as athletes, as volunteers, as team members and group members. Our years at Waterloo represent the foundation of success we build on for the rest of our lives. Moving from the degree world to the resume world, it's easy to get obsessed with the list of achievements we represent, the list of successes that people see when they look at us. A piece of paper will represent who we are as we make the next step in our lives. No matter what, we make no mention of our failures. Our degree will say nothing about the setbacks we encountered while at Waterloo, only our success. When we type out our resumes, we will never talk about the time we failed on such an epic scale it almost cost this degree. And yet, it's at rock bottom that we figure out what we're really made of, and that's where we truly triumphed. Failure is not easy to admit. I avoid admission of failure with every ounce of my being, but I believe that today of all days we should throw caution to the wind and celebrate our catastrophes just as much as our success. Yes, we will all go home with a very important piece of paper in an absurdly expensive frame today, but let's not check that off the list of achievements that we have to complete to be significant. This degree was so much more than a piece of paper can possibly explain. It was constructed from the days where we hit rock bottom and the days we never think of. The days we called our parents and asked if the basement was still free. The days when 11:59 p.m. was just too close for comfort. The days when the internet wasn't working, we were out of coffee, and GRT was never coming. Think back to the days you had 100 undergrad papers to write, or a blizzard to fight on the way to a midterm. Those were the days that showed us what we were really made of, not the number on our GPA, or the piece of paper that we'll go home with today. What made us who we were the days we woke up at 6 a.m. to finish that assignment, the entire days we spent in the GIS labs, or the day that some delightful soul finally taught us what a p-value actually is. Those were the days we got through to get here. Remember how hard you worked, and remember what you really built your success on. These degrees were built on days of traipsing through the snow to get to the bus stop, the days of eating samosas in the coffee shop, the first days of summer lounging on the green with your friends and maybe getting a pint or two at the Bomber, the days of walking 2 minutes late for class because you ran into a friend you hadn't seen for weeks, or the day you walked across campus in hip waders because that's what your program does. Or how about the days that you drove all the way to the airport just to get a text from your instructor to say there was no way you were going up in this? You took that and you built all of this on it. So on a day when we celebrate success, remember all the days that brought you to this point. These years were so much more than a build-up to your resume. The rest of our lives will continue to demand success from us. That's fine. Allow your resume to tout your awesomeness. But never forget that a list of achievements checked off boxes is not who we are. We built this degree on experiences. But more than anything, you proved you could always get back up and that you are here today. So let's go out into the world and remember that we are so much more than our list. Finally, today, be nostalgic. Remember the good and the bad. Remember you can never fail with the Waterloo crowd if you've got a good goose joke up your sleeve. Celebrate with friends and family on this beautiful, not so sunny day, and watch your feet because there's a lot of goose poop on the ground.
Lucy, thank you very much for those inspiring, encouraging words. I think we'll remember them for quite a few days from here. We have just formally acknowledged the significant achievements of our graduates. And make no mistake, graduates, your achievements have been significant. You have been challenged. You have been stretched. You have invested your time and effort in Waterloo. And if we have done our job correctly, you will see a significant return on your investment as you leave our university. You have worked hard, tirelessly even, to make the financial sacrifices necessary to undertake your education. We hope it has been worth every cent. I suppose it's 5 cents nowadays. However, as I look around now, it is obvious there are many spouses, parents, partners, grandparents, and other special people who are sharing the achievement in our graduating class. In this age of online social networking, when connections can be forged far and wide, we should take the opportunity to remind ourselves of the most important social network of all, our families. Graduates, your family has played an important part in your education, from getting you off to a good start at a young age, in some cases helping to finance your education, to inspiring, encouraging, and consoling you from time to time over the years, especially at exam times. For many of our students, particularly our international graduates, your families had to travel quite a distance to celebrate with you here today. For others, your family members were unable to be here. We feel their presence, however, today. Graduates, know that we at the University of Waterloo appreciate the family contributions and sacrifices that have been made so that you could study here. And so, at this time, I would like to call upon the parents, spouses, and families of the graduating class to rise. Please be seated. If you would like to take photographs, you may do so in the area to the left of the platform. Please enter this area by going to the left side of the gym, the back there, down the hallway, and come in that way. If you approach this area before your special graduate is about to proceed across the stage, then you can take your photographs. Once you have taken your photographs, please return to your seat to allow others to take photographs of their graduates. Graduates, please show respect to all your other colleagues and their guests by returning to your seat after being hooted and remaining there until Convocation is adjourned. We will now proceed to the conferring of degrees. I now invite Honorary Roy, Dean of Faculty of Environment, to the podium.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, I present the candidate for the degree of Bachelor's of Environmental Studies General Geography and Environmental Management program, 3-year degree. Adibifar Nushin, Owen Burt, Avisadi Dari. Jeremy Austin Guthrie, Tyler Steve Press, Spencer Mayer. Sahan Prel, Cheyenne Tunio. Thank you, Mr. Vice-Chancellor. Mr. Vice-Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree of Bachelors of Environmental Studies, Honours, Environment and Business. Andrew Gordon Adams, Marco Andan, Brianna Aspinall. Daljit Kar Bazan, Ying B, Zachary Stanley McKay Bogdan. Ki Young Boo, Christopher Earl Burke, Mark Burns. Amy Lynn Castanon, Victoria Lynn Kanchai, Michael Chonglok Chan. Rosie Yiman Chan, Chi Chan, Iris Chan. Janelle Chow, Michelle Ming Yan Chong, Nicholas Richard Crockford. Trevor Robert David, Victoria Patricia Redford de Luna, Dana Descent. Brent William Isaac Dan Uden, Manpreet Daliwal, Liam Docherty. Stephanie Hahn, Nabila Aki, Laura Catherine Head. Jamie Elizabeth Erndorf, Lucy Ho, Jessica Huha. Daniel Rebecca Hyde, Veronica Wei Chow Hip, Arish Jamal Irani. Zamir John Mohammed, Shan-Yun Yang, Wenjun Yang. David Kaduk, Shin-Yun K, Boris Klarik. U Chao Lam, Yi Chen Ma, Monique Flores Malari. Gary Ronald March, also the recipient of the Faculty Environment for Distinguished Academic Achievement Award. Nigel Patrick Moore, Craig Ian Mudge, Ganesh Nambiar. Dominic Nagy, Amberley Nicholson, King Ye. Andrew William Palmer, Tan Chin Fan Ning Ian, Jessica Phillips. Olin Polda, Yanish Ashki Sherwaz, Yiping Shan. James Kuza, Kelvin So, Kathleen Stahlbaum. Ryan Chun Kin Tam, Ivy Judith Tiendra, Jessica Tracy. Mark Zhu, Peter Jordan van der Ridden, Amy White. Aaron Willem, Xiaoji Wu, Yingying Xia. Wang Xi, Xina Yan, Wan Zhao Yu. Suzu Yuan, Peivan Zamanyan. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree of Bachelor's of Environmental Studies, Honours, Environment and Resource Studies. Donna Marie Alexander, Tyler James Avey, Emily Marie Bird. Megan Jessica Bree, Amy Bumbako, Constance Chan. Michael Gregory Colley, Samantha Lee Delargy, Gregory William Cooper Dixon. Nicole Dufresne, Rebecca Dick, Jean-Louise Eagleson. Kaylee Fitzsimmons, Justin Michael Godon, Gordon Stephen Jeller. Jason Rory Gordon, Catherine Dorothy Obis, Jessica Diane Oskins. Lillian Jessica Hunt, Michelle Ingram, Jenny A. Yeon-jung. Janet Kimantas, also the recipient of the Faculty of Environment for Distinguished Academic Achievement Award. Laura Marie Klein, Martina Sonia Kuziak, Irene Lam. Sophia Lo Alves, Julia Ellen Lawler, Christy Lucas. Ellen Elswit Andrew McInnes, Rebecca Joy Makumenachi, Julia Loretta Martini. Krista Angela Minelli, Victoria Elizabeth Morancy, Erin Marie Petit. Nathalie Polish, Carly Simone Pope, Courtney Dawn Robichaud. Viviane Ilham Sayer, Kimberly Ann Schmidt, Bailey Louise Schneider. Divya Shastri, James Richard Ryan Sisson, Jeremy Leo Stanley. Scott St. Marie, Jessica Emily Taylor, Emily Grace Thorne. Benjamin Vandenberg, Lee Thomas Wazen, Sarah Michelle Walker. Jody Wan, Andrew Taylor Wilp, Kendall Nicole Wilson. Heather Victoria Wilton. Thank you, Mr. Vice-Chancellor. Mr. Vice-Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Environmental Studies, Honours Geography. Catherine Seeming Lee, Marianne Isabel Poli. Thank you, Mr. Vice-Chancellor. Mr. Vice-Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Environmental Studies, Honours Geography and Aviation. Matthew Ryan Duplan, Chanel La Victoire, Cassandra Lee Nashinter. Andrew Edward Mealing, Sarah Lynn Prozac, Ivalyuk Pavlinov Sarbinsky. Rudel Soder, also the recipient of Faculty Environment for Distinguished Academic Achievement Award. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree of Bachelor's of Environmental Studies, Honours, Geography and Environmental Management. Samia Amin, Felicia Chutia Bana, Stephen Mackenzie Bell. Caitlin Megan Blake, Catherine Brown, Megan Elizabeth Bullis Gaines. Dustin Michael Carey, Kalida Ann Connell, Warren Robert Davidson. Emily Alicia de Cloet, Nicole Sidney Gagnon, Michael Francis Dover. Christopher Matthew Goltz, Michael Gregory Goldring, Margaret Hall. Babalisk Hamid, Clark Edward Annan, Evan David Holt. Paul Richik, Evan Matthew Kent, Sarah Knight. Farabano Alim Katawala, Yan Simlao, Yafan Liu. Robert John Lotters, Tatiana Marilyn Lozier, Yu Mago Majuk. Kathleen Nicole Matrisky, Andrew Menezes, Kaylin Anne Marie Monroe. Jennifer Nadeau, Bethany Marlene Nordergraaf, Brittany Petrie. Larissa Ann Vincenza Pizzolato, Sarah Emily Violette Plant, Andrew William Price. Brian Kendall Rickling, Garrett Reed, Benjamin Michael Restivo. Diego Enrique Ripley, Sarah Ricorian, Sarah Jones Scarlett. James Cody Scott, Christopher St. Onge, Sidney Morgan Striello. Joshua Frick, Carmen Cho Kyu Tam, Queena Tran. Aaron Thompson, also the recipient of the Faculty Environment for Distinguished Academic Achievement Award, and the recipient of the Canadian Association of Geographers Undergraduate Award. Wayne Say, Ashley Elizabeth Vespa, Alexandra White. Darcy Lawrence Wiltshire, Vivian Elena Yan, Li Zhang. Vincent Zukula. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I present to you an additional candidate for the degree of Honours Environment and Business. Yiking He, Chunzi Zhang. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree of Bachelors of Environmental Studies, Honours Geomatics. Andrine Mircea Balulescu, Lucia Kay, Chen Chen. Jingxuan Chen, Yifei Chen, Alexander George Jacob Dreger. Claire Elizabeth Elliott, Yu Gao, Kang Yun Kim. Dong Lee, Caroline Ann McCormick, Andrea Minano. James Song, Ginny Wang, Sarina Wang. Bing Jie Wei, Ye Fan Wei, Li Chao A. Shengan Zhang, also the recipient of the Faculty of Environment for Distinguished Academic Achievement Award. Yishi Zhao. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree of Bachelor's of Environmental Studies, Honours, International Development. Manuel Alexander Ebru, Akwa Zari Anim, Margaret Banas. Brandon Bouchard, Heather Ashley Cesarini, Adam Chagani. Danielle Connor Chevalier, Laura Erin Dick, Rachel Groskopf. Kelsey Erglod, Stephanie Higgs, Lucy Beth Inton. Alicia Lynn Hurst, Nafis Karim, Victoria A. Coin Lam. Nafisa Kassam, also the recipient of Faculty of Environment for Distinguished Academic Achievement Award. Keith Kaki May, Christian Ali McKeag, Oladapo Ola Jide. Jocelyn Hahn, Heather Ann Ramshaw, Janet Joyce Boyer. Nadia Valani, Gina Vukojevic. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree of Bachelor's Environmental Studies, Honours, Planning. Brooke Lindsay Asphalt, Patrick Azitoma, Alessandro Bartolo. Adam Betteridge, Leanne Bauer, Alicia Kathleen Butenhouse. Joshua Thomas Butcher, Sui Tan Chao, Calvin Kachung Chong. Ying A. Chu, Jimmy Jin Yuk Choi, Valentina Chu. Jasmine Chiman Chong, Pak Ian Chong, Melissa Conte. Anine Dajani, Erika Jean Dole, Paula Page Eden. Tari Edgebidi, Taylor Lynn Ferguson, Jacqueline Flores. Jennifer Faye Godet, Aniska Gokova, Vanessa Angeline Goldgrub. Wing Lam Ho, Trevor Adam Orman, Mitchell David O's. Alexander Raymond Hiskevich, Sar Abid Junejo, Anna Kalnina. Jennifer Kim, Victor Close, Samantha Umarangansay Kong. Jessica Marie Koschniski, Sarah Elizabeth Lake, Carl Nathaniel Larmer. Rebecca Singh Ang Lau, Catherine Law, Juani Tong Yi Law. Alexander Lok Im Lee, Eunice Lee, Isuk Lee. Jia Lu Lin, also the recipient of the Faculty of Environment for Distinguished Academic Achievement Award. Yuan Ni Lee, Philip Mark Liu, Karen Wink Yong Louis. Michel Tin Oi Louis, Nicholas Kegiani, Michael Ryan McConnell. Sean Tyler McGaffey, Jesse Sean McLington, John James McMulkin. Samuel Carl Irving Nebby, Bryn Elizabeth O'Neill, Calvin Pritchard. Elisa Stephanie Quintanilla, Tyler John Robichaud, Brandon Luther Rao. Graham Andrew Rock, Jeffrey William Sanderson, Amit Sandhu. Amanda Schwind, Daisy Ferdova Simova, Laura Skelding. Natalie Van Stoppel, Jennifer Yang Yang Sun, Jaji Tan. Kristen Bain Tang, Wen Tang, Paul Tana. Justin Taylor, Kevin Scott Tran, Rachel Margaret Tucker. Samuel John Van Oozen, Erin Bender Vargas, René Jean-Marc Vince. Ashana Vivek Kandanda, Zachary James Watson, Ivito Weiss. Aini Siti Wiri O Martono, Anthony Wing Tsong Wong, O Yan Miem. John Sun Yin Wu. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree of Bachelor's of Knowledge Integration Honours Program. Caroline Elizabeth Downton, Kaylee Sarah Irene MacArthur, Charles Musco. Vanessa McMartin, also the recipient of the Faculty of Environment for Distinguished Academic Achievement Award. Lorenzo Oprea, Alina Grace Rekoff, Kevin John Rodriguez. Ronald Samuel Gary Shrimp, Jenna Viske, Michael Richard Young. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor. Congratulations to all. I now invite Jean Andre, Associate Dean, Graduate Studies for the Faculty of Environment, to the podium.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Master of Applied Environmental Studies. Tamara Bangura, Lynn Patricia Despatie, Ian Nelson Dunlop. Sarah Ann Franklin, Jeremy Basile. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Master of Arts. Brad Bradford, Amber Marie Cantel. Rylan Richard Graham. Julie Ann Hanna. Lynn Lee. Amanda Marsh. Mojan Rasuli. Erica Lindsay Warsh. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Master of Environmental Studies. Giuseppe Bartolo. Amanda Bichel. Andrzej Lobowski. Terry Cowan. Heather Lee. Daniel McRoberts. Matthew Charles Quick. David Richard Rowe. Melissa Rosato Lorari. Matthew Robert Winton. Pei Yao Zhao. Stephen Yessie. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Master of Science. Andrew Blakey. Shannon Malloy. Si Ji. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Doctor of Philosophy. Mali Abdelghani Fayad Abdelghani. Amar Abuladeh. Katarzyna Tano. Christina Hoyka. Amanda Lee Hoykas. Ching Shu Huang. Zainab Ibrahim. Kushla Emilia Matthews. Darby Megan McGrath. Scott Robert Parker. Copeland Stupart. Azmat Zaydan. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I now request you to confer in absentia the various and several degrees upon these candidates who were not approved who were approved by Senate but were unable to be present at today's convocation.
I confer the degrees of absentia.
Thank you. I now invite George Dixon, Vice President, University Research, to the podium.
The Distinguished Teaching Award was established by the Senate of the University to recognize the individuals with a continued record of excellence in teaching at Waterloo. Recipients must be nominated by their students and are selected by a committee consisting of undergraduate and graduate students, alumni, and faculty. Jeff Casello is a thoughtful and engaged teacher. His performance in the classroom consistently receives outstanding evaluations and very positive feedback from his students and his peers. This is not surprising because in everything that he does, Jeff aims at academic excellence and his teaching reflects his commitment. Through original approaches and a very personal style, Jeff engages his students in a deep learning experience where difficult theoretical concepts and ideas are made relevant and applicable to solving very real-world problems. Jeff thinks outside the box, and he challenges his students to be innovative and creative in their approaches to problem solving. His courses are an experience that students truly enjoy and feel part of. Jeff's commitment to excellence in teaching reaches far beyond the classroom. As Associate Dean for Undergraduate Studies, the Faculty of the Environment, he constantly thinks of ways to enhance the quality of their educational experience and of their well-being. Jeff cares about his students, and he strives to enrich their lives and create a stronger bond between them and the university. Simply put, Jeff Casello makes a difference in student lives as an exceptional teacher and a visionary educational leader. Mr. Vice Chancellor, in recognition of his outstanding achievement in teaching, I ask you to present the Distinguished Teaching Award to Jeffrey Casello. The Graduate Studies Office, in collaboration with the Graduate Students Association, established the Award of Excellence in Graduate Supervision to recognize faculty members who have demonstrated outstanding and success and commitment in the supervision of their graduate students. Graduate student supervision has many dimensions, including being a mentor, an advisor, a collaborator, a strategist, a sponsor, a supporter, and sometimes a lifelong friend. The relationship between graduate students and supervisors in complex and effective graduate supervision requires dedication and commitment to all the aspects of the welfare and success of the student. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I present Paul Parker. The many letters of support which accompanied Paul's nomination for this award demonstrate that he is deeply appreciated as a graduate supervisor by students and colleagues alike. Paul has successfully launched or participated in a number of research groups and networks, such as the Residential Energy Efficiency Project, called REAP for those of you who are liking acronyms, and he actively engages his students in all aspects of these projects. Students write enthusiastically of the many diverse benefits that have resulted from their direct involvement in these partnerships. Moreover, many students spoke about Paul's sensitive and dedicated interaction, the time and attention that he devotes to individual and group meetings, and of his timely review of written material. Students clearly felt that they were being treated as individuals when interacting with Paul, and colleagues recognized that it takes the time to get to know each student's strength and weakness before deciding what supervisory approach is best. Through his tireless dedication to the engagement and advising of his students on active research projects, Dr. Paul Parker clearly displays the excellence in graduate supervision recognized through this award. Mr. Vice Chancellor, in recognition of the guidance and inspiration that he has provided to his graduate students, I ask that you present Paul Parker the Award of Excellence in Graduate Student Supervision. I now invite Ian McNaughton, alumnus, to the podium.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, members of Convocation, ladies and gentlemen. Since 1957, nearly 160,000 individuals have graduated from the University of Waterloo. Today, the class of 2013 joins that great assembly. Graduates, your time as students may be ending, but I hope that your connection to the university will last a lifetime. It's lasted my lifetime so far. I urge you to explore the continued opportunities that the university offers you to learn, to grow, and to contribute. In the spirit of connection, Waterloo's alumni are proud to recognize each year those undergraduate and graduate students who have achieved academic excellence. At Spring Convocation, we honor undergraduate students from each faculty, while students in master's and doctoral programs are recognized at the Fall Convocation. To each of these exceptional students, we award the Alumni Gold Medal. This solid gold medal, engraved with the recipient's name and degree, as well as the university's insignia, symbolizes their outstanding effort. This afternoon, an extraordinary student will join those who have been recognized for their exceptional accomplishments. Mr. Vice Chancellor, as a 1968 and a 1971 graduate of the Faculty of Environment and a member of the Alumni Council, I am pleased to present to you the 2013 recipient of the Alumni Gold Medal for the Faculty of Environment. She graduates today with a Bachelor of Environmental Studies, Environment and Resource Studies degree, Janet Kamantis. I now invite Feridun Abdulloper, President and Vice Chancellor, to the podium.
Good afternoon again, graduates, or if I follow Mark Season's tradition, colleagues. It's been a great afternoon. We come to work every day, come to this wonderful university, very excited, very motivated, but Convocation days are extra special. We get to share your enthusiasm, your energy, and your achievements here together with you. As I was talking to so many of you, I shared some of your energy, excitement, and some of the plans you had. Some of you are going to graduate school, some of you are going to go and travel for a little while and figure out what it all means, and some of you already have a job and you're very excited about it. And I was trying to do a quick mental calculation as to how many thousands of hours you collectively put into your studies. I stopped calculating because I ran out of digits in my head. Tremendous number of hours. And I was thinking, their degrees, there is their degrees. You have earned it, you deserved it, because you earned your degree with integrity, with your own hard work. You did all the heavy lifting. A lot of people here help you, but you are the owner of that degree. There are some people, however, here who help you enormously to lift that weight. They're here sitting, they're your professors, so I would like you to join me acknowledging their contributions towards you. It's late in the afternoon. You're all anxious to go and celebrate further, so I'm going to be brief. But I would like to let you know that we are very proud of you. We have, however, great expectations from you. As we heard from many people here today and before, that we have very exciting opportunities, but also challenges. Most of these challenges will be met by you. You are the ones who will bring solutions to those challenges and make sure that we're taking out. We're also understanding the value of the opportunities those challenges will present us. We will be watching your progress. We'll be watching your achievements with great pride. And as you leave this university, you will never be able to leave this university emotionally or mentally, but physically you'll go to other places. Some of you, again, I was very pleased to hear that are coming back to study more here. Remember and be very proud of this university. When Ian was telling us about the year that he graduated in 1968, I quickly figured out that was our 11th year here. In our short history, our university has come a very long way. It's become one of the leading universities in the world, and I'm very pleased to say that for the past 21 years, it's been named the most innovative university in this country. This is just one of the steps for us. Yeah, why not? Let's do it. Yeah. We will continue our journey to the highest level of excellence, and we will count on you doing this. You have made the grade, graduates. Now go make your mark. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. This brings us to the end of our convocation ceremony, and there will be a celebration outside the convocation hall. Please join us there. With that, I declare the convocation adjourned. Thank you.